Welcome back. Now, the export of live fish, lobsters and crabs is a lucrative business that is changing fortunes for fishermen at the coast. The business is booming with exports to China and other foreign markets. The high demand for the aquatic creatures has seen an influx of Chinese nationals engaging in the live fish business. Fishermen are not only decrying the entry of foreign traders, but exploitation by local middlemen as well. But what does it take to export live fish? NTV's Kevin Mutai tells us of the legal requirement and the delicate packaging process to ensure the fish arrive alive at international destinations thousands of miles away.
Kenya's fisheries sector in the coast region is dependent on the waters of the Indian Ocean, with an exclusive economic zone spanning approximately 230,000 square kilometers. The ocean is home to various marine species, with the blue economy estimated to generate billions of dollars if sustainably put in use. The Shela Beach Management Unit in Malindi, the county of Kilifi, is where more than 1,400 fishers, among them 300 women, butter their daily bread. The fisherfolk here have ventured into the highly lucrative business of exporting live fish, 100 of them concentrating on lobsters and crabs species.
Uvuvi huyu wa lobster live, ukweli ni kwamba ni uvuvi ni biashara mzuri ambayo iko na pesa mzuri. Isipokuwa tu wataka uwe mwangalifu zaidi kumweka yule kamba kuwa hai mpaka kusikilia kwa mchina, na pana kazi kidogo, kwa sababu kamba huwa hataki jua, kamba huwa hataki maji tamu. Lazima umweke katika hali ya kwamba pana unyenyevu wa ubaridi ndio afike kule ambapo unampeleka.
There are lobster and crabs quarantine centers for collection and grading before packaging them for export. This is where the export process kicks off.
Ukiingia hapa kwanza unafaa asubuhi ukiwa before inge kwa pool uko umeosha miguu, ndo usiwe kama na perfume ama mafuta ukamaji aka contaminated ukaleta shida.
Lobsters and crabs are packaged in styrofoam cooler boxes according to their qualities and sizes. It is a delicate process that requires care and attention amid the glaring challenges.
So this is the lobster grade A. Then we have another type of lobster. This is called shwari. Then kuna ingine anaitwa doko. Akoka green hivi, this pull up inside. So first, if you want to handle this, you should know how to handle with care. Ndo asikuumize ukitoka kuwa na ma-injury.
Wengi wao walikuwa wakinionyesha zile injury ambazo in case ukipotea maboya basi jua huyo crab ameshachukua hiyo kidole. Na once amekushika kidole basi jua ameenda nacho, kwa sababu yuko very sharp, but lobster hawana hiyo shida, isipokuwa tu pana yale macho yake mawili yale pale ndio pana miba miwili ile ikikudunga na pia sometime inasababisha kidole kusabibu.
Abdurazak Salim is one of the businessmen dealing with the fish for export. He has employed 50 fishermen who operate his 10 fleet of fishing vessels. The catch he sold locally to the Chinese dealers, who then do the export to Shanghai, Hong Kong and even Guangzhou in the People's Republic of China, where there is a huge demand for the live crabs and lobsters.
Lobster unaenda kwa grade. Kuna kilo moja up wako almost 7,000. Alafu kuna 500 medium up to 950 gram wanakuja kama 5,000. Alafu kuna wale kuanzia 250 mpaka 490 grams. Wale wako na 4,400, 4,500.
The aquatic creatures are transported by road to the Moi International Airport in Mombasa and floated at the cargo terminal for a verification process. Here, measurements are taken, which will be used to produce a bill of lading, a legal document issued by a cargo carrier to a shipping agent detailing the type of quantity and the destination of the goods being carried.
After the generation of the airway bill, it will be used to put in an export entry. So that export entry is captured online. because we do all the processes online.
All these have to be done in the presence of several state agencies, including the Kenya Wildlife Service, the Kenya Revenue Authority, the Kenya Fisheries Service, the Kenya Airways staff, and the clearing agent.
When the cargo arrives, we have to open it. Like you can see, we have to open and verify that whatever has been documented is what is in the boxes. So these are lobsters, and they are live. You can see them moving around.
And for exports, normally is that we charge concession fee per declaration, which is normally 250 shillings. So I know people normally know that we do a lot of collection of taxes, but also we do facilitate, and this concession fee is just a fee just for processing of these exports which are going to foreign countries.
According to CLM, the Kenya Revenue Authority Southern Region has a revenue target of 26%, translating to 642 billion shillings in the financial year 2023 and 2024. The paltry 250 shillings concession fee charged by KRA is meant to attract and facilitate more export business, which is yet to be embraced by the coastal community.
And at the Moi International Airport, if you look at, for example, this financial year, we have been able to, let's say from July up to October, we have been able to facilitate exports whose CIF, when we talk about CIF, is the cost, insurance and freight, of over 1.2 billion.
The lobster industry has attracted more foreign businessmen, especially from China, who are moving to Kenya's coastal region to capitalize on the availability of marine resources.
I've done here huge consignments of deep sea crabs. Deep sea crabs, I remember early this year we were sending in terms of tonnage. We used to send even 2 tons, 3 tons when the season was picking up in terms of deep sea crabs. Yeah. Deep sea crabs normally goes to China. There's an airport called Shanghai. Shanghai, they normally take more deep sea crabs.
The demand for crabs and lobsters is on the rise in China, a nutritious delicacy among the Chinese. This has in turn created a business boom in Kenya, especially in the coastal counties of Kilifi, Kwale, Mombasa and Lamu, earning the country foreign exchange.
From our data is that Mombasa County is the leading in terms of the exports of live fish. And when you move, the second one is Kilifi County. Yeah. And then also we have quite a lot of exports originating from Lamu.
Transportation of live fish is a tender process. The fish have to arrive alive at their destinations, which will guarantee higher returns. They need ice to ensure a cool environment and proper packaging to allow time not more than 48 hours to the destination.
Ni uhakikishe kwamba yule kamba yuko na miguu yake yote, asivunjike mguu hata mmoja. Hapo ndo anakuwa na bei mzuri zaidi. Na in case amevunjika mguu mmoja au miwili, pia wanachukua, lakini zaidi huwa wataka awe yuko na hiyo miguu yake yote.
You find like mortality of 20%, 30%, but if it goes beyond 50%, 60%, then they must be wrong with either transporting from the point of origin to destination. Then that one, the airline has to be answerable.
Some of the requirements needed for live fish export in the country include a certificate of compliance, the export permit issued by the Kenya Fisheries Service, food hygiene license issued by Port Health Services, and the fish health certificate issued by the Directorate of Veterinary Services.
In terms of getting the import and the export permits, what we have tried to do in terms of marketing and educating our taxpayers is that we have gone out and engaged some of the MSMEs, even in terms of during the last Taxpayers Month. We try to really engage the MSMEs to be able to understand that we really need a lot of exports to boost our foreign exchange, because we have realized that people don't have the knowledge in terms of how do you export, what are the procedures, what are the requirements. So we have tried to educate them in terms of giving them the requirements, what is required, for example, if you want to export. And the second thing is that in terms of digitalization of these imports and exports, most of our transactions are done online. This is because we have realized that we don't have enough human resource to be able to place them in each and every place.
Amid the lack of knowledge regarding the export of live fish, Kenya's fishermen fall prey to middlemen who continue to derive them off their hard-earned sweat. They are accusing the national and county governments of issuing licenses and permits to foreign nationals.
Hakuna serikali wala KMSED wala county kwamba imemsaidia mvuvi, isipokuwa tu kwamba imeruhusu hawa wa China kufanya hizi biashara, na hapa na mvuvi ndiye amepata nafasi ya kuuza wale lobster wake au samaki wake kwa Wachina, na Wachina nao ndio wana export. Lakini mvuvi yetu kazi yake ni kwenda kununua, kwenda kutoma na kuuza.
Lack of proper fishing gear is still a major problem facing the fishing community in the region.
There's a lot of commotion in the sea. Kitambo ilikuwa watu wanatumia kitambara ile. Sasa ilikuwa hakuna fujo lingi baharini na vombo vilikuwa kidogo. Lakini sasa hii kuna matrola, kuna meli kutoka nje. Sasa kawaida samaki wana movement zao. Kuna kipindi wanaenda south, kuna kipindi wanakuja north. Sasa yale mameli ambayo yako baharini yanakati zile njia za samaki kuvukia huku pwani. Sasa samaki wamepungua kiasi kikubwa sana.
Pia tunaomba kwa taifa la Kenya, pia mvuvi aangaliwe kwa jicho la huruma, kwa sababu zinatokana ajali nyingi sana kwa baharini, hakuna kitu cha kusaidia. Boti tunapewa ya rescue, lakini boti ya rescue tunapewa ya petroli. Ya petroli kwetu sisi ni shida. Afadhali tupewe boti ya diesel. Diesel tunaweza kuweka jarikeni moja ya lita 20 tukatembea 24 hours. Haina shida. Lakini petroli masaa 6 imeisha. Hata unataka kumtafuta vipi huyo mtu baharini?
Experts attribute depleting stocks in the ocean to the effects of climate change, which have led to destruction of marine habitat. The rising number of fishermen has increased the pressure on the valuable resources, prompting the need for the fisheries department to facilitate the communities to explore the exclusive economic zone, which is rich in marine life.
Sometimes you see people selling these live crabs and fish along the road and along the beaches. They could be able to put up themselves the beach management units and all that, and then they can be able to have themselves as groups, as cooperatives, and then they can be able to export most of these products, which I know they can be able to earn quite a lot as an organized group.
With the economic potential of the export of live fish, counties boasting the coastline may have to come up with harmonized policies to promote the fisheries sector, something that will elevate the lives and livelihoods of the people in the region. Kevin Mutai, NTV, in Mombasa.
Fishy business indeed. All right, from that, it's time for another break. I'll be back with